Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today I'm very excited to be headed back to the Pulse concert by the amazing Pink Floyd. Yes, we're headed all the way back to 1994 to listen to One of These Days live from that show. Really excited to get into this one. You guys have built it up for me real big, and I know it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing and incredible, as is every song from this concert, I know. So let's get right into it. Great build up. Very hypnotic. Wow. Wow, what kind of journey did I just go on? That was like some kind of hypnotic dream that was, literally dragging me along and just taking me with it and ending up in this amazing, high energy, chaotic climax. It was just incredible and just kind of taking my mind places. Like I said, grabbing a hold of me and just kind of forcing me around into their world. And that was amazing. Wow, very dark, very hypnotic, but then high energy. Wow. Very different too, probably because it was pretty much a full instrumental, except for that one interesting spoken line, which sounded very, very eerie. I know it's Nick Mason, I believe. There was at least on the studio version, so I assume it's also him here. Probably pre-recorded, or I don't know if he spoke it with effects put on his voice live, or if it was just pre-recorded, but either way, creepy, and it fit with that dark, hypnotic vibe of the whole song that I felt. Wow. Yet high energy, even in the dark parts, even in the hypnotic parts, and then at the end, through the roof, as always. Absolutely incredible. Several great things I noticed. Obviously, with this kind of a show, there's so much to take in, especially the first time, but I try to capture as much as possible on first watch on these live shows, especially this epic, probably best concert tour in history, according to many people. And I can probably agree with that. So clearly the star of the show is the bass here, just drives along the song. So powerful. And I'm sure it's the same way in the studio version. I know Guy Pratt was the main bassist here and was with them for a long time in the live shows. Very, very interesting, very, very hypnotic, like I keep saying. But I did notice, first he came in with his amazing work, and then I noticed a second bass come in. I can't have been imagining that, so let me know what that's all about. Were there two bass guitarists or what was going on? But that second one just made the sound even more full and more dark, and even the bass drums were so powerful at one section, I remember. But, drumming, of course, perfect throughout. There was two percussionists, and just, wow, so powerful, as always, but in a dark, dark way. They have a lot of dark songs, but this one really hit hard. Just amazing. It was interesting to hear the live version first, so I'm sure the studio version is just as good, obviously with a different vibe, not all this live setting, these live elements, but probably just as powerful. Definitely noticed some wind sounds going on at one point, and I'm pretty sure they were being played, by Richard. Very, very interesting. I always talk about, I love when they use elements that aren't musical in songs. Like, for instance, the alarm clocks and the time reaction that I just did. But when they use nature sounds, even better, whether it's wind, fire, water sounds, absolutely incredible and catches my attention. And those wind sounds were great. I was wondering if it's a nod to the next song on the album, A Pillow of Winds, which also many of you have suggested. I'm sure they're related somehow, and maybe in the studio version of this song, they use the same wind sounds, but absolutely love that. I definitely love the lasers, the smoke effects, and even some fireworks at the end I noticed. Absolutely amazing. And just when you have a concert at this epic scale, you need all of those extra elements, those perfect singers, probably those backup ladies that are in this tour. You need the visual elements with the screens. You need the smoke, everything to match it. And they did that perfectly. And that's probably why this is probably the best tour ever done, the best show ever created. And I can totally see that on so many different levels. This was only the end of the first half of the concert, I believe, from what I've been told. And it was that epic. I can only imagine what the actual finale of the concert is, which I think is the song Run Like Hell. It's probably even better if you can believe that, but I can, and you guys know already. So excited to see that one, hopefully soon. I appreciated the second guitarist. I believe his name is Tim Renwick. And at one part, he was making really interesting, very eerie sounds with that guitar to further enhance the dark vibe. I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. They weren't like regular guitar melodies. They were just strange sounds, short sounds with that guitar. And I'm pretty sure it was him and not David, but it was almost like a possession going on in this whole song with the mix of sounds and the vibe overall, just incredible. Then we got two boars come out on the sides with lasers in their eyes. Totally epic, surprising, but not really, because that seems like a very Pink Floyd thing to do. I just came off listening to Animals, and I know they had the giant pig in the sky, and so a lot of symbolism with different elements, including animals in their music. So I was just wondering if that was a nod to the Animals album, or if there's some other meaning behind those two boars, if they were boars. And it just added, again, another layer to this amazing performance. But let me know if there's any meaning or symbolism behind including those, in this performance, or if it was just for a visual impact, Of course, David's work, absolutely impeccable, as always, absolutely intense. But I like that it was something different here. He used a lap steel guitar and something different, got to see him in a slightly different light, especially with the sliding going on. But his solos were so intense. Okay, I put that they were literally forcing my body to move along with his interesting, crazy notes. I'm sure you saw it at one part. It's like, it just takes a hold of you. The talent that he has to be able to do that with masterful playing is just amazing. He's that great of a player. And I've always appreciated that and noticed that from the beginning when I first got into reacting to their music. And it's even better seeing it visually, because you can see him at work, literally see him at work and see him doing what he's so excellent at. And just amazing in every song he does, whether it's a simple acoustic or an amazing epic solo like Comfortably Numb, or this kind of work in this lap steel in this song. It's just perfect. All of it's perfect. They're just so thoughtful when crafting their songs. It's not a simple, okay, write the song, play it, make it nice, make it wonderful, but there's so much behind it, not just with the lyrical concepts, but with the musical elements and the way they recorded those elements, the effects they put on, the experimentation. That's what I love about them. And even, when they added this one vocal line that was completely modified, with vocal effects. I know that it was a line written by, I don't know if Nick Mason wrote it, but I know he spoke it on the studio version. So I assume that's also his voice here, like I said. And it was directed towards a DJ, apparently, that they were not fond of, disliked, were annoyed by, because I think they said he rambled too much. So that's interesting. I wonder who came up with that idea, if it was Nick or somebody else, and Nick just recorded it with his voice. But anyway, great to see him contribute some vocals to a song, even if it's just one line. I don't know if he sings on any of their songs. If you guys could let me know. You might have told me, but I can't remember, honestly. So let me know about that. But if not, he's an impeccable drummer, and definitely appreciated him here along with everyone else on stage as usual. It's just so much to take in, but I try my best to capture and appreciate everything that's happening, Not just the people on stage, but everyone who made it possible, the people who filmed the screens, people who created and set up the lighting, the people who conceived and executed the pyrotechnics. It's just so much. Wow. So this is obviously an epic platinum record performance, as is every song in this tour, in this show. I just know, because I've been blown away with the three that I've seen so far, I definitely can't wait to see more. I know a lot of you are saying that I need to watch the whole tour, and, hopefully I can at some point. Not really able to do that here, but, I want to do the best songs that you guys are suggesting at least first, and then try to hit as much as I can, and eventually someday watch it on my own in its entirety to appreciate it the way it should be appreciated, without any distractions and having to write things down or memorize things and, do a reaction, this and that. So can't wait for that day. All right, that is it. I think I covered everything that I captured on my first watch. Another fun, amazing, dark, hypnotic, epic, etc. Pink Floyd performance from this tour that we all know how special it is. So anyway, just so glad I watched. Thanks for suggesting it. And thank you for watching, especially if you stayed till the end. Really appreciate it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about the show or Pink Floyd, anything about Pink Floyd, or give me some more insight to what I missed here. Would really appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Anyway, you take care, stay safe, and I will see you next time in the past.